Carolina band Wednesday have returned with their fourth studio album, Rat Saw God. I started listening to Wednesday with the release of their fantastic album, Twin Plagues, released in 2021. They seamlessly meld alternative rock, grunge, shoegaze, and country with Carly Hartzman's autobiographical lyrics. With their new release, Rat Saw God, these elements are more cohesive, and it makes for a much better album. Rat Saw God also sees more of a country flair, with the lyrics that are also firmly situated in the South. The album begins with the song Hot Rotten Grass Smell, which really, just the title alone, paints a vivid picture of what we're experiencing here. The song plays simultaneously with these geographical themes, combined also with the themes of death and loss, which end up being the main narrative thrust of this album. We then get the epic 8-minute long track Bull Believer. Carly uses the imagery of a bullfighter while struggling to help someone with an addiction. The song then ends with Carly struggling with loss and grief while watching a friend play Mortal Kombat. This leads to her singing on repeat at the end of the song, finish him, to the point where she's screaming it at the top of her lungs. It is such an intense song with these almost disgusting sounding guitars, which really heighten the sense of struggle. The song Got Shocked, somewhat literally, begins with a tale of Carly being electrified by their amplifier. This has happened to me before, playing in several bands, and it's not fun. I would not recommend it at all. The song also references a race car driver who died, which seems to be a recurring theme on this album, as the next song, Formula One, begins with this tale of a crash that ripped the top off of a car, almost like a can opening. Formula One is a much softer song, with the lap steel guitar playing a more prominent role. We then get the single, Chosen to Deserve, which is a southern rock tune about growing up in North Carolina. The song is sung as if Carly is divulging her past to a lover, complete with tales of cough medicine abuse, having sex in the back of SUVs, and getting shit-faced when you should have been in school. It is sung as if it's supposed to be some kind of confession, but there's not a lot of judgment here. Bath County continues this geographical theme of a time spent in Bath County, Virginia. In this song, they recount when someone had an overdose in the parking lot of a Planet Fitness. The song is complete with these heavy guitar chords and wailing steel guitar. It is one of the more straightforward songs here, but it hits so hard, and Carly's writing and singing is in top form. The song Quarry more deeply investigates the geographical scenery. It comes complete with neighbors fighting in their yard in their underwear, and kids bathing in kid pools with lice in their hair, and a drug bust where people had guns hidden in the walls. Carly sings that we can just add it to the tab, with the only solution to this neglect and poverty seems to be to just let it burn. Turkey Vultures is an intense shoegaze song, which seems to be about the weird contradictions found in religion, or at least those who believe in faith. With Christians seemingly compared to vultures, as Carly sings about sex shops off the highway with biblical names. What's so funny is a stripped-down song where they recount this moment of someone dropping a chainsaw because they were just stung by a yellow jacket. This story seems to indicate who they really are in, I guess, laughing at the pain of this person with the chainsaw. Carly seems to be terrified at who they are, yet also finds it ironically funny. For a short little song, it is very relatable. We then end the album with the song TV in the Gas Pump. This is an indie rock song, but with this constant sound of feedback, which, again, is another sketch of the South as, in some sense, crumbling, but also with this encroachment of this suburban boredom with Starbucks and Panera Breads. The feedback acts as this kind of dissonance, as if this can't continue and something is going to burst. The way Carly writes all these songs, I find so much here about my own experience in small town Canada, where the boredom and endless malls lead to drugs and death. What I really appreciate about how Carly writes these stories is the lack of judgment, since a lot of the problems here have nothing to do with individual choices, but of systems that set people up for a kind of failure. I really enjoyed this album. I especially found Carly's words to be thought-provoking, even if their intent was more just simply to capture a moment. The music here is explosive and violent, but also has moments of calm contemplation. Not all of the songs wowed me. I found some of the more country-tinged tracks to be less appealing, but the overall project is worth returning to and going over. I give this album a strong 8 out of 10. What did you think about this album? Did you like it? Did you enjoy it? Did you not like it? Consider giving the video a like or even subscribing to the channel for more reviews. And I am deeply sorry that I recorded this on a Monday and not a Wednesday. You know, I'd thought about doing that joke, and then I was like, I'm not going to do it. Because I used to be a huge fan of the band Thursday growing up, and I would wear Thursday t-shirts. And in high school, I had kids constantly being like, haha, it's not Thursday. It's whatever other day of the week it was. And I hated those kids. I have become what I hate.